Mole Megwa, y'all. I'm New the night of day, and this is Car Talks with New. So I wanted to take a moment to just talk about the Rachel Zegler stuff that's going on. Obviously, I'm a little late to the punch from when all the interviews and stuff were going down, but it's kind of kicked back up now that Snow White's out. And let me tell you, every single time that I click on one of these videos on my timeline, I find myself being like, why did I do this? And it's like every few weeks, another one will pop up and I'll be like, I kind of want to see what's up. And then every single time, I regret it. It's very upsetting to me, the whole situation, obviously, but probably not for what you think. And I've got to say, if you're mad, stay mad. It is what it is. And if Rachel were to ever see this, me and her on a first name basis, obviously, if she were ever to see this, then I got a little message for you too. First of all, I want to say, look at what happened with Halle Bailey and the Ariel movie, The Little Mermaid.
It's really unfortunate that she's had to go through this. She's only 22 years old, but she is opening up about how she dealt with racist comments on social media after.
First of all, I'm gonna say it right now. I rewatched the animated Little Mermaid before I went to go support the new live action. And it was during that movie when I remembered, oh yeah, this one's kind of lame. It is kind of lame. The old Little Mermaid, and you can say what you want about it, it's definitely not a top 5 banger. Out of the Disney animated, we're putting this up against Hercules, up against even Fox and the Hound, up against Snow White's pretty good, I'm not gonna lie, but up against Cinderella at least, up against Aladdin. What else was there?
Let's get down to business.
There are other ones that were good. Either way, look at the live action format has not set up any of y'all actors for success. It's essentially like taking on the Joker role at this point, and I know Joaquin Phoenix did a fantastic job with Joker, and I'm hoping that my boy Keegan, Barry Keegan, I'm wishing the best for. But essentially, once Heath Ledger came and slammed it, everybody said nobody be able to do it again. And then Joaquin did it. But then Jared Leto had to suffer, right, in between. Same thing was happening when Heath Ledger was casted. Guys, we have to remember this. We are a species of amnesia. Nobody thought that anyone could do the role better than Jack Nicholson. And then we got the best Joker of all time, bar none, in my opinion. This is all my opinion. So we have to look at The Little Mermaid and what they did to poor Halle Bailey. Girl, first of all, Rachel, I gotta say, the comments and stuff, yes, I can get how they get under people's skin. I think that they could have been handled better. I think that you know that. But I think that we have to all understand here that people of color should stop taking these fucking Disney roles, bruh. I know we want representation. I know we want people to see us, and the best way to do it is through these stories that everyone loves. But here's the thing. We need our own stories. We saw what happened with Halle Bailey. She crushed it. Part of Your World during the film, I Rarely Cry, made me fucking cry. Okay? But the live action movie was meh. Because of the live action formatting. The live sea creatures, and then the coolest thing we could do is like nowhere near as cool as we can in the animated series. Everybody knows this. The Lion King flopped. The Beauty and the Beast movie was, it had some good inserts, and I think it was a good overall live action rendition. But we have to remember, when that movie was coming out, people were like, why are we doing this? So now we're making a live action Snow White. It was set up to fail. Don't let people convince you that they believe that it was going to be a banger. That people were so excited. After so many live action remakes, people were already like, why are we doing this? And then they put you up there and they set you up to fail. And yes, there are moments where we poured fuel onto the fire. Don't get me wrong. But this movie was probably always going to suck. Okay? If you make changes, people aren't happy with the changes. If you don't make changes, people don't understand why you just made a live action remake when the animated was fine, right? We're lacking creativity, and we're trying to shoehorn in our diversity And it is becoming tokenism. It's not real. These people on the left, so-called, they keep calling it the woke shit, whatever the fuck. They are not your friend, okay? They're putting you out there on the front line like a body shield. And they're letting you take all these damn bullets, okay? As far as I'm concerned, this is another way to just bastardize people of color. And it makes no sense. I don't think that you should have gotten as much heat as you did. And I don't think people are really as upset as they think they are. You telling me, you grown ass people, that this is not political. In fact, the reason why you're mad is that it's becoming political. Oh, they took something that I love so much because I was a diehard Snow White fan. You fucking weirdo. There are diehard Snow White fans. Shut the fuck up. I guarantee you, if you ask any of these people who's ever made a post or a comment about this shit, name your top 5 movies, name 5 books. That would be good too. Name your top 5 movies. Snow White would not be a fucking thought. Not a thought. And they're up in arms about this shit. Shut up. Shut up, you fucking pansy. You grown-ass pansy. Weird. It's weird. But I have to say, too, things could have been handled better. But welcome to the industry, okay? I saw a little clip of a video. You're like, Rachel didn't know that the industry was going to be like this and that she should have, been a little bit more filtered. Yeah, I agree. But at the same time, this is what it is. This is exactly what it is. Welcome to it. People will set you up, put you in positions where you can't actually speak your mind, and then they will hate you for it. And even if you did a great job like Halle Bailey, you would get shit on for it. That's what it is. Okay? You are never going to succeed. And people don't want you to. Okay? That's the reality that we live in right now. People don't want you to. Look at a more literal thing, not just art for people to get all stirred up and upset about. People have been telling people of color forever. They just need to do it themselves. They need to work for themselves. They need to get it out. But with systemic racism, what's that? They just need to fucking work hard. And then when we had something like Black Wall Street, which didn't happen too long ago, when we had a thriving black community, then they literally burnt it to the ground and murdered, slaughtered people. You do not... Look, you can't get caught up because they do not believe what they're saying. First of all, the problem with woke means what? Awake? Aware? Shut up, man. Stay woke is a black thing. Stay woke. Stay aware of what's going on. And so, of course, they're going to hate on anything that has any resemblance of anything that is not their culture. And their culture is, guess what? Colonized. Because now I'm seeing a bunch of stuff about TikTok language and like, this is their culture and this is just, it's internet culture. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's just black speak, bruh. It literally is. And so their culture is colonizing shit that they like. And I think that it would fit a lot better into the general narrative if it was like, hey, I, as a person of color, came up with this thing. And then white people were like, ooh, nice, I respect and honor that thing. And you know what? I have some ways that I would apply it that'd be a little different to my situation because we're all different. And maybe to make it better, maybe boost it, whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? And we're like, oh yeah, we don't need that to make it better. But I do think that you should be able to do whatever the fuck you want because, I put it out into the world. It's our shit, And then that's all. Right? But no, then it's all of a sudden, no, this is actually mine, and you do a fucking bad job of it. Look at, fucking country music. And because of country, subsequently, rock music. Look at hip hop. And then we get Ice, Vanilla Ice. And then he starts blowing up the hip hop scene. Now, all of a sudden, everybody loves fucking hip hop. Oh, yeah. Eminem, top 5 of all time for sure. Eminem, Mac Miller, number 1 rappers of all time. Disrespectful. I'll say that. I fucking love Eminem. I love Mac Miller. But just the way that people will try to take the things that people of color, let's be honest, colonizers take things that people of color have crafted and created, and they shit on their aspects of it while they've created it, and then they take it and make it quote unquote their own, and then all of a sudden they own that shit. And that has been seen across time, across history. So trust and believe, you were never gonna win that shit, okay? And so these people don't want to be woke. They don't want to be aware. They don't want to be awake. They want to conserve. They want to stay still in a universe that is constantly in motion. They want to be stagnant, and they want to be left in the past. Okay, so these are not people that we need to be taking our 2 cents from. And you're going to catch a lot of heat from it just because this is the majority population we're in. But we need to start looking as artists and as creatives into looking and developing our own stories, okay? We need our own stories so that they can be like, fuck these guys. They didn't include any fucking white people in there. And if they did, they trashed on them. Fuck it. Okay, that's a valid criticism, and I'm glad that you can have that from the outside, but at least we have our own story now. At least now you can't be like, you, Rachel Zegler, took this Snow White role from us proud white people who fucking love Snow White, and you ruined it. You took what I love, what I own. It's mine. It's my story. I resonated. Me, the 56-year-old Kentucky white man. I resonated with Snow White. And you shit on it. You took my dream. You see what I mean? These people are not fucking serious, okay? And so you should not be fucking serious about it. I hope that you get more roles. I hope that you get more opportunity. I feel like I understand the front that was trying to be put up. And I understand when you got some backlash that you felt like you needed to double down, because I know what it's like to be hurt by especially this society and feel like you need to fight that. Okay, so don't blame you at all. I mean, yeah, I think the blame goes without saying. I just wanted to offer a different side and kind of let you know that these people like being angry. They like being upset about shit that really doesn't fucking matter. So keep doing your thing. And I hope to see you in more roles. And if you're mad, stay mad, bitch. That's what it is, bruh. Stay in the past, lame ass niggas. And here's the thing, if you don't like it, bro, I probably don't like you. Like, I probably wouldn't want to kick it with you anyways, bro. So it's not really a big deal. Like, you know, you being like, hey, fuck you and your opinion. It's like, all right, cool. Like, that's exactly what I'm saying right now to you. So not really a big deal. The whole concept that, like, you don't want any diversity in your movies because you think it's lame. It's like, yeah, that's kind of exactly how I feel about, actually, you know what's crazy? A lot of times when I see like majority white cast, as is 90% of everything that still comes out, is a majority white cast, I'm not like, oh, this is lame as shit. But also, if you're looking at it from that aspect and you don't want to kick it with us, fine, bro. The truth is, we probably wouldn't kick it very well anyways, bruh. So, just fucking buzz. You own everything, nigga. But here's the thing, too. Wow, what a tangent. That's led us to the root problem. The truth is, they don't. They want to get that perceived power and try to squash the minority because they know that as poor or middle class white people that they really control almost zero things happening in our country right now, and that they actually have almost zero power, and that the same people in their majority class look down on them like the rest of the lowly peasants that we all are. So it would make more sense for us to go arm in arm, but instead you've let the poisoning of the elitists in our country convince you that it's us that are the problem. So anyways, chew on that. This has been Car Talks. I appreciate y'all, and I hope you watch to the end. If nobody's told you today, even if you disagree with me, I'm proud of you. I need you to fucking do what you gotta do. You understand? So I'm proud of you, and I love you because you deserve it. And even if you thought you weren't deserving of it, everybody is deserving of that love. And I trust you to keep being your best self, leveling up, doing the best you can for yourself and your circumstances and those around you. As always, God bless, Wall love, y'all guide, and I will see you, and be new, or whatever you want to, and I will see you on the next video. Thanks for tuning in.